Alrighty, Lee Cole here, and this is a webinar for Passive LinkedIn Goldmine, and we are talking about that product and the various products that come with it. And Melissa wants to know how to make $4,000 to $5,000 a week that is advertised on the sales letter. Melissa, I'm going to talk to you all about that. As a matter of fact, at the top of that sales letter, I don't have the sales letter up here because trying to make this information and not so much a pitch, but again, ask any questions you want to. At the top of that sales letter, you see a young lady who is selling 5 to 10 LinkedIn profile makeovers a week. And if you're looking at $400 per makeover, you're looking at $2,000 to $4,000 a week, which is, gosh knows. I used to teach mathematics, although I've never been good at arithmetic, go figure. What are we looking at? $4,000 to $8,000 a month? That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah. Yeah, Les, save that for the end, so this is not like a total pitch fest. I got you, buddy, but I want this to be information. So that's what we're going to talk about. And actually, she reached out to me recently on Facebook, and just said things were going really, really well. So let's talk about what this is, how it works, the opportunity, how you can, what you need to focus on. Because who here besides me, let me ask you this question, who here besides me has ever bought anything and not done anything with it? Never Matthew. Now Matthew, you and I are good friends and I know that you're lying. And who here, okay, I mean, yeah, me too. I mean, I got a hard drive full of stuff, but, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, living the life, right? I mean, no joke, right? It happens to us all. Who here besides me has sort of, I don't want to spend this too much, has tried things, hey Mark, how you doing, buddy? Has tried things only to kind of give up a little bit and maybe get distracted by something else, or maybe you feel like it's not really working. Hey Patricia, I'm still working on your problem, so I have not forgotten about you. You know, but you know, you kind of start, right? You know, thank you, Patricia. I deeply appreciate that. You kind of start, you know, you know, you get it, you log in, you're all excited. You kind of start, and then you kind of, you know, you're going through the videos. You got it. You got the idea. You've downloaded the software. You've you know, you've done what you're supposed to, and then you just kind of peter out. Like what? How long does it take y'all in general to just sort of like, I mean, you're like a little rivulet of water. We all are. You're like a little rivulet of water that just quits flowing and just kind of stops after a while. How long does that take? A couple of 3 days, according to Les. Pete, 2 weeks. Marshall, I have to do that every few days. 30 days. Gil, yeah. Guys, this works, okay? This works, okay? So what do you think, and I didn't really intend to talk about this, I'm a very spontaneous person, okay? And I go with my gut, and my gut tells me this is a good thing to talk about. What makes you do that? What Melissa says depends. Sometimes get overwhelmed with the techie stuff, okay? Feel like a complete idiot, right? Weeks, then life jumps in. Amen to life, Mark. I got, you know, wife, kids. My kids are almost grown now, or essentially grown. And but we got life, right? You know, yeah. Les, great question for the end. Please stay on and ask that. Bright, shiny, new offers come along. Mariano, buy things and you need to buy too many other extras on a learning curve. I like the learning curve. That's true. Staying focused in front of a bad teacher. I hope I'm not a bad teacher. I've been teaching for a long time. I hope I've kind of got that part down. Well, hopefully I'm going to, as we go through this, I'm going to The law of diminishing intents. Oh God, that's funny. I might steal that from you. But as we go through this, as I talk you through this, I'm going to be kind of referencing this, okay? Because honestly, guys, you do whatever you want to, all right? You do whatever you want to, but Alistair might want to bring that one up at the end. I've got some important things to say about what you just said. You do whatever you want to, guys. It's your life. You're on your path. But what you're looking at flat out works, okay? Now, it's not a light switch, okay? When I walk into this room and I flip the light switch, I expect it to work, right? You know, I mean, if it doesn't work, then something's wrong. But, you know, this is building a business, and building a business is, by definition, messy and frustrating, and there's a learning curve and all that, which may seem like a bad thing, but actually it's a good thing, because if there weren't obstacles to this, then economically what would happen is the value of it would go away, because everybody would be doing it, right? I mean, when you think about this, other than having a little cash in your pocket, there's no obstacle to going and buying a lotto ticket, right? But really, except for the one guy who wins $40 million, of course, this is like 1 out of 200 million people, really, there's no value in a lotto ticket. I mean, you might as well just use it for toilet paper and flush it down the toilet. I'm not trying to be gross. I mean, that's really mathematically the value of that ticket. And that's because the barrier of entry is so incredibly low. Walk up to the filling station, that's what we call the place where you get your gas in the South, buy your lotto ticket. I don't buy lotto tickets, but, you know, scratch it off, you know, fill in the bubbles, whatever, you lost again, big deal, you know, move on, right? That's something that's easy to do. Things that are hard to do have more value, okay? So, well said, Melissa. Things that are hard to do have more value. So let's move on. Let's move on from that. So what we're talking about is new posts have appeared since I did this. We're talking about LinkedIn profiles. And we're talking about the opportunity of rewriting people's LinkedIn profiles for them. Now, there are literally, this is really true, there are 500 million with a B LinkedIn accounts. LinkedIn is super smart and super aggressive about getting rid of fake accounts, unlike some platforms like Twitter, where, you know, some large, probably majority of them are fake, i.e. run by bots instead of real human beings. But LinkedIn is very aggressive about that. And so you can, in other words, what this boils down to, guys, is there are about, what, 7 billion people on the planet? Well, let's just use that as a round number. This means 1 out of every 14 people, 1 out of every 14 human beings on the planet is on LinkedIn. That in itself should be like an overwhelming realization for you. Any business person in virtually any country is on LinkedIn. I looked up, I forgot the number of languages that people are using on LinkedIn is like 20 or 30 different languages or something insane like that. In other words, all the major world languages. Anybody who's doing anything in business, anything professional is on LinkedIn. And if you know how, you can get in front of them. But with 500 million people, you don't have to get in front of anywhere near the majority of them. And most of their profiles suck. Not all of them, but most of their profiles suck from a marketing point of view, and that's where we come in. I haven't looked at this guy. Okay, I've looked at none of these. Don's a referral agent. Oh, let's just flip through a few profiles. I'll tell you what I see and what I don't see. Now, some of them are going to be okay. Okay, so some of them are going to be okay. Some of them aren't. Yeah, I could have planned this better, right? What does Don do? Well, he's okay, see that second right there? Do y'all see that? Second. Ray, I'm recording it right now, buddy, and it will be put somewhere and made available to you. Okay, I know you get my emails, so it will be emailed out. Give me, I would like to say I'd get that out today. It'll probably be later today. But anyway, second means that I personally am connected to someone who's connected to Don, and I don't know this guy, but I'm not connected to Don. So there's like a, one step removed from me. Referral agent work with great partners to get your project funded. So he does a lot of deals well over 100K to well over $1 billion. So he's a money guy. He finds money for whatever. Okay, business deals, real estate, I don't know. But anyway, it's kind of interesting that I don't know. Okay, do y'all find that? And now it could be that Ray has got so much, been in the business so long, he doesn't really need LinkedIn, and that's okay. There's not obviously, if the guy's not lying, he's real and he knows what he's doing. But it might help him to have a really good LinkedIn profile. I find it from a salesperson's point of view, from a copywriter's point of view, from a professional internet marketer's point of view. Guys, I've been doing this stuff for 10 years professionally, okay? I find it really interesting that I don't, just looking at this, I don't understand, and I'm not an idiot, I don't understand what Don does. Okay, do y'all find that odd? That you're looking at this guy and you have no idea what he does? You have no idea how to get and connect with him, other than the email. I don't know if he's got his, I'm not going to click on that. I don't know if he's got his email and all that stuff. Yeah, his profile is vague to, exactly. So the first profile we click on pretty much sucks. And but you gotta, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it could be that guy doesn't need LinkedIn, okay? Bridget. So this is profile number 2. And I don't know any of these guys. I may run across somebody I know. I don't know. Looks like we may have something better going on here. I don't know. Let's see what happened. Okay, much better profile. This is actually quite a good profile, okay? Little personal story of what this person can do. I don't know if they're using the future of leadership, rise of automation, robotics, keynote speaker. Okay, so this person is a keynote speaker, so I'm assuming that Bridget, and this is a little bit of an assumption, but I'm assuming that Bridget wants to get hired to speak about this stuff, okay? So, okay, so we've got a website, we've got Twitter. Somebody tell me something that, now this is a massively better profile than the last one, but somebody tell me something that you don't see here, that like if you had hired me to redo your profile, or Bridget had hired me to redo her profile, that she should really have. So let's see if you can spot the big hole in the thing. Call to action, amen. Pete, you have learned your lessons well. Matthew has got a good one. Now, both of these guys have bought our stuff in the past, and both of them are just smart as all get out. So that's why they could spot this so fast. But no call to action, and Matthew also says, can't tell if Bridget is a freelancer or an employee. Not specific to that. David, thank you so much. How she solves some prospects' problems. Now, what David just talked about in marketing lingo is what we call benefits. Okay, and we're going to be talking about that in a minute. Not reaching out to others, amen. So we're kind of, Bridget's is a lot better than the other guys. Okay, Bridget's is a lot better than the other guys. Marcus, amen, what's in it for me? Woof 'em. But still, there's work to be done here. Let's look. So we're 2 for 2, right? And I'm not going to do this forever. I'm just, thank you, Tony. No easy contact. Awesome. I'm just making sure that you understand that there's a huge need for this. Let's check out Adam, the founder of Superstar Magazine, Globe Utility, and Uplift Post. I have no idea what that is, but it's something. And so we have a guy who's an e-business consultant, consults about digital products. Okay, so to my mind, you know. Adam's got a little bit of the same problem Bridget does. No real call to action. Thank you, Matthew. I was just going to mention that. Yes, D, and D, I can't tell you if you're male or female, so which is fine, not a problem. I'm just saying if I screw that up, that's because you're D. Yep, Pete. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, you know, we got a lot of we got a whole lot of past stuff, which is good. But again, thank you, T. Awesome. But again, I can't really tell. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, well, why would I be interested in Adam? Eddie, amen. Eddie, several people have said not enough white space. It's not enough bullet points. Why should I be interested in Adam? With him, what's it going to, you know, what could Adam do for my life, right? And there's no real call to action. So we're 3 for 3, guys. We're 3 for 3. All 3 of these people need help. Let's find someone who doesn't really need help too much. Oh, here's a guy. His name's Lee Cole. He does need help with this goofy picture, though. I've cut my hair since then, and I look like 10 years younger, even though I had a major birthday a couple of days ago. I'm not going to tell you all which one. So here's this guy with this goofy, stupid haircut. Prison Break. There, Pete. Thank you, Pete. Pete knows. Eddie, thank you so much, buddy. We're the same age. So here we go. Nicole, you're a baby compared to us. And Anna, you could be one of my children. Oh, God, to get older. But anyway. So here we go. Okay. Now notice a couple of things. Nicole, I love you so much. Guessed my age, 10 years younger than I actually am. A couple of things that I want you to look at. First person, okay? A lot more white space. Benefits. Features. If you want to know more, reach out. Let's schedule, okay? I tell people how to reach out. It's very clear. Message me, okay? Is this perfect? I could probably spiff it up a little more, but it does the job. This is who I am. That's what I do. This is my major benefit. I help people get stuff sold, okay? Now, there is just a huge need for well-written LinkedIn profiles. Not everybody wants to spend years perfecting their craft as a copywriter, though. And that's why I created the software, LinkedIn Profile Genie. So I want to show you another thing. Look at these notifications. Well, number one, look at this network. I've already gone through the messages, and I'm not going to show you my messages because those are actual people interacting with me. Eugene, we're getting there. We're getting there. These are actual people interacting with me, and that's not fair to them and not fair to me, but network. So your network is the people that you're connected to. So I cleaned this out, went through and accepted the ones that I wanted to accept, which I accept virtually everybody. And now I got 22 more, okay? I've got close to 6,000 connections, which gives me a massive number of second tier connections. Remember, people that are just one step removed? And it gives me a huge, just like in the millions of third tier connections. How does that happen, considering that I don't sit here and, you know, I don't sit here and reach out to people on LinkedIn. I don't chase people, okay? They come to me. Well, it all happens through this. Look at this. Here's a post successfully shared on LinkedIn. Another post, all these posts 4 hours ago, all this stuff shared all this stuff on LinkedIn. Now notice it's all businessy. It is not necessarily super focused on what I do, but it gets eyeballs. And somebody following me, whoever that is. So all of this stuff gets shared, but as Les is asking, where does all that content come from? Well, you know, I'm not going to give away the farm here. That comes from what I show you to do in Passive LinkedIn Goldmine. I show you how to set that up as automated content. Okay? Yes, Melissa, that's pretty accurate. So you know, on average, and it varies a little bit because of the way it's done, but this is all explained in Passive LinkedIn Goldmine, how to set this up and how to, and once you get in there and, can everybody hear me? Because I just had a weird thing happen with GoToWebinar. Let's do a sound check again. Would somebody say that they can still hear me, please? Thank you, Melissa. So once you get in Passive LinkedIn Goldmine, I show you how to set this up. Yeah, you know, Matthew, I mean, it's GoToWebinar. I show you how to set this up so that while you're out doing other stuff, talking to clients, goofing off, eating lunch, asleep, whatever, all this content is rolling out. Yes, Carlos. All this content is rolling out. This content brands you, all right? People see this content, they share it, they click on it, they comment on it, they do all that stuff, and some of them want to know who this guy is, right? I don't think so, Ron. Some of them want to know who this guy is, and they come to your profile, and they read the profile, and they think, holy crap, I've been needing to know that guy. I've been needing to know that guy, right? Chris, we'll get to that. I need this person's services, and they reach out to you. Now, yes, you can do this in a little more active way, but the bedrock of this is passive content marketing. No, Chris, curated content works just fine, okay? There is a place for original content on LinkedIn. It's called the blog. But all of that stuff that you saw is curated content, and it works just fine. So people reach out to you, they need you, you can get more active if you want to. Mariana, I need to save that toward the end though, because I want content first and then I'll do a quick little pitch later, okay? But you can watch the replay. So guys, sorry, I'm looking at all the questions. I got great questions from people. But so I kind of forgot where, having a senior moment, I kind of forgot where I was. But anyway, so the bottom line is the content does the marketing. The profile is very much like a sales letter, okay? So here's my sales letter for Passive LinkedIn Goldmine right here. The profile is very much like a sales letter. Now it's not as in your face as a sales letter, right? Because you're on LinkedIn. But the profile, people hit your profile, you know, and they do this all the time, and they think, wow, I really need that person. They reach out to you. And that's why you make it really clear how to reach out to you, okay? And again, you can add some active marketing to this if you need more business, or if you want to, profiles like a landing page, Brian, exactly. If you need more business, you want to ramp up your business, but quite frankly, as you get things going, the content marketing is going to do it for you. You're going to get plenty out of this through the content marketing. Any questions thus far? Because I'm about to change gears. Anybody got any questions to this point? We're all good, Ian says. So, Matthew, you're just a scream. So, Passive LinkedIn Goldmine. Let me tell you what you get. And I'm not going to hit you over the head with this, all right? I mean, you've been on my list, you're getting my emails, you can, Les, you have so many wonderful questions, and I hate to tell you this, but let's leave that toward the end, because but please bring these questions up again, okay? Because these are awesome. No, don't shut up. Just remember what you said. Now, when you buy passive LinkedIn Goldmine, there are two what we call upsells to this. You don't have to have either one of them, okay? Honestly, I don't do that to people. Passive LinkedIn Goldmine is the what we call the front end purchase. In other words, what you would buy here from the sales letter is this thing right here. And when you log into your members area, to my members area, you see this. You see this, and to get your content, you're going to click here, and you're going to find the training here. You're going to find the software that you're going to use to write the profiles with here, and I got some bonuses here, okay? John, fabulous question. Please save that to the end. I'd like for everybody to hear that. And I'm guessing that it timed me out because, hang on a second, guys. Let's, just give me a second and let me log out and log back in. Okay, so here I am. So let's try that again. Training. Software. Let me show you what you get in the training. So in the training, I wanted something that would take a complete newbie, unless I may be answering one of your questions. I know I'm answering somebody's question. I wanted to take somebody who was just like, had just hatched out of the egg, so to speak, okay? And just get them up and running fast. Somebody else asked a question about how to do this fast. But get them up and running fast on LinkedIn and actually working this business, with this business actually working for them within a reasonable amount of time. And it starts with number one. Look, these are all videos. Some of them are, you know, PowerPoint videos. Some of them are over-the-shoulder videos. In other words, me looking at stuff. I don't like long videos. I'm not long-winded. At least I might be on webinars a little bit, but I'm not a long-winded person. This is kind of like in and out. You got the information, move on. But starts with your profile and getting connections. In other words, I just said that your profile was like your sales letter. So we start off with your profile, getting connections. Of course, you have to have an account, but anybody can open an account. How content marketing works on LinkedIn. I'm not going to read you all of these, but a little over-the-shoulder walkthrough, more about content on LinkedIn, even more about content on LinkedIn because it's a content posting-based system, okay? Automating content with Hootsuite, fielding leads, and then we get into some active prospecting if you want to add an active component to that. I take you through the whole entire thing. Working with notifications. Notifications are what comes out here, okay? Working with notifications, and where am I? I got so many tabs up and this is stupid. So your pitch message. All right, so how to pitch people. There's a right and a wrong way. Do it wrong, you might as well just not even do this, seriously. And believe me, most people do it wrong. No joke. I'm not just saying that to say that. It's just really true. How to prepare for a sales presentation. You know, sales presentation. How to do that for selling this. What we just did. How to assess a LinkedIn profile. And fulfillment, how to get paid, and then finally how to turn this into recurring income, which is basically how to do the same kind of marketing for your client, which you can get paid monthly for. And you get all the PowerPoints of everything here. Now, included also, you get our brand new software, which is a major improvement over another generation of software that we sold about 2 or 3 years ago. It's called LinkedIn Profile Genie. I'm going to walk you through the software. So you'll get to see that. But we have the software in a US and a UK version, and I've done my best with the help of some good friends and a couple of Fiverr gigs of people in the UK to UKize this, in other words, to non-Americanize it, to correct the spelling and also tone down the tone. Brad, we'll get to that in a sec. Tone down the tone a little bit. But we have a US and a UK version. By the way, my UK friends and friends from Oz and New Zealand, et cetera, if you see something glaring that you say, oh my God, I can't believe that you think that is UK English, please let us know. We'll change it and pop out a pop out an update. Introduction on how to use the software, installation and licensing. This is a WordPress plugin. The only thing that you need for this is a domain, hosting, which you can get hosting. Somebody was talking to me about hosting. You can get hosting as cheaply as $8 a month, which would be fine. Garden variety baby hosting, and a WordPress site. And by the way, because several people have mentioned technical stuff, if you can't do that, if you can't install that, if you go phobic when I say things like domain, WordPress, and hosting and stuff like that, that's fine. Hit me up in support. We will do this for you at a very nominal cost. I'm basically just passing the money to my developer and letting him do that. Okay, there's no profit gained in that. I just want you to get up and running. And then finally, how to use the software. So let's do this. Let me hang on just 1 second, please. Make sure that I'm actually where I'm supposed to be. So I just, Patricia, not so much. I mean, you know, Patricia says, do we have security issues? Well, one, the software is written not to have security issues, and there are ways to do that, okay? Two, as long as you keep it updated, when we keep it updated, you should be fine. And three, there are things you can do to keep your WordPress site, like use WordFence, which is a there's a free version of WordFence which works just fine. Yes, Janice, this can be hosted on a subdomain on your current site. Absolutely, absolutely. So Patricia, you're just fine on that. So here I am inside one of my websites. And I'm not going to go through all the details of installing this because it's super easy to install. Again, we'll do it for you. Don't let that stop you. Don't let something like that get between you and a real business. Just hit me up, say, Lee, okay, look, I'm breaking out in hives here, buddy. I need help. That's fine. I'm here to help, and we will, again, at a very, very nominal cost, we'll fix you up. But anyway, when you install it, now I've got the US version only installed. The UK version is exactly like the US version, except some of the wording and some of the tonality is changed. We're a little more colloquial, a little more, we Americans, a little more colloquial, a little more in your face than our politer cousins across the water. Nicole, you can absolutely install both. We have, I just have one here installed on this site just because I didn't want confusion when showing you this, but you can absolutely have both installed, and you can, we have both installed on several sites, and they do not interfere with each other. The databases don't, or the database, there's no interference, if you know about how that works. The database, there's no interference with that. They both work just fine together. And quite frankly, you would use the American one for your American clients, or perhaps your Canadian clients, and you would use the UK one for everybody else. Your database, you're a screw. But anyway, so when you install this, you're going to go through a quick licensing, and basically we got the license tied to the email that you paid for this with through PayPal. So just I think I've already gone through that with this. Yeah. There'll be a little thing up here where you just enter in your PayPal email, That's, that just gets registered with the licensing. Make sure you're legit and all that stuff. And then you'll see this. And here we've got all the training that you need. Now this is the same training that you saw in the members area, but I put it here for your convenience. Although it's kind of silly to put the installation training here, but I just did it for what the heck. But anyway, introduction, how to install and license, and how to use. Okay, it's all here. So if you get confused about how to use it, the training's right here on one of these tabs. So let's talk about using it. Okay, so what LinkedIn Profile Genie does is this, Matthew, hold that for the end. Fabulous question. I want everybody to hear that and everybody to know the answer. What LinkedIn Profile Genie does is this. It does two things. Okay, well, it does three things really. Number one is it enforces a proven structure on your profiles. Okay, so that you don't end up with. Remember that guy Adam's profiles had like 3 big blocks of text, so you don't end up with a profile with a bunch of information on it. But a lot of you guys said, "Man, I can't read that. There's not enough white space." Okay. I mean, the information was there. Yeah, he needed a few other things, but it was really hard to read. So number one, it does that. Number two, when you're selling someone a profile makeover, you have to get the information from them somehow, right? Great question, Eddie. Let's hit that at the end. You have to, guys, I don't mind questions at all. I'm not saying, when I say that, I don't mean everybody quit asking questions. I'm just saying that that's a great question for the final Q&A. So when you're writing somebody's profile, let's take that guy Adam again. So you write his profile. Okay, he says, "Hey, hey Eddie, my profile sucks. I want you to rewrite it for me." Cool. Well, now Eddie, what you have to do, I'm using Eddie as an example of one of you guys. Okay, Eddie, what you got to do is you got to start finding out stuff about Adam, right? You got to figure him out. You've got to understand his business. You've got to understand the benefits of his business, i.e. the emotional hotspots. You've got to understand the features, i.e. what he sells. You've got to at least ask him, "Hey Adam, how do you want people to get in touch with you?" Right? You got to, all of this stuff, right? That's a fair amount of stuff to do that really, it would be so much easier to have a nifty piece of software that would send the client a form to fill out, which is what this does. And the client fills that out and it comes back to you and you click a couple of buttons and voila, you have a profile. Okay, so let's see how it does that. In other words, it does all this plus it's got a database, or this part of the database. Robert, great question for the end, buddy. But remember it, okay? So hang on, let me take a little swig of tea. So it's, there, on a WordPress installation, there's just one database, not several databases, but it also logs all this information into the database and has it available for you so that you can recall it later on. Why? And it's tagged. Why would you want to do that? Well, let's say you wrote a profile a couple of months ago for somebody in the insurance business, right? And you got a new client in the insurance business. Well, you might want to take a peek at that other insurance business profile. It might, you might think of something cool, right? Yeah, Brad, plus database, plus enforcing the rules of how to write a really good profile. You hit it on the head. Brad says, so the software is like a client onboarding form. Yes, a glorified client onboarding form. Essentially, you're making the client do all of the work, almost. 98% of the work. So that's what the software does. Now let's go through this. When you first log in, you're going to see, I just clicked over here where it said form setup. There's one form that you send to everybody. Okay, I'll show you how that works in just a minute. Let me move some of these little boxes, go to webinar boxes around. No, for now, you don't need anybody's login information. You just can send this to their email. And the first thing you got to do when you install the software is you got to create your form. Well, you're going to name it something, and this is a name that only you will see. I just called it Profile Intake Form. If you have a logo for your business, you can upload it to WordPress here using media, and then you can go find it for LinkedIn Profile Genie here. Now, I uploaded a profile here right before the webinar started, and here's the URL to it, and it turns out it's the wrong size. Information about what the size actually does need to be is inside the members area. I just screwed it up because I was hurrying. So it's going to look a little goofed up. And then you type in a thank you message right here. That goes on a little thank you page that they see after they, after they fill out the information. And then you hit update your form, and it updates your form. So yes, Melissa, you're going to need a website to put this on. This is a WordPress plugin. Guys, why did we put this on a WordPress plugin instead of standalone desktop software? Because you guys have so many computers. Believe it or not, I got 100 people in this webinar. There's going to be somebody here running Windows Vista. This is like an operating system from 1997. And you got so many operating systems, and some of y'all on Macs, and a lot of y'all on Windows, and you got so many things that for me to have something that's going to work for everybody, okay, without having to charge you what I would have to charge you to have cloud-based software, which would be a monthly charge, a WordPress plugin is the way to do it. So who asked the question about, so many questions have flipped by here. Melissa, was it you? Yep. You do need a website. That's easy, Melissa. You need a domain, you need hosting, and you need to install WordPress, and then you need to install the plugin. And Melissa, if you don't want to do that, if you don't know how to do that, you can pay us a nominal amount and we will set that up for you, okay? No, Rich, this is not, I asked the developer that. That may come out in a future version. He's asking if this is, hang on. He's asking if this is mobile friendly, this part. Not really. Not in the way you're talking about, where it resizes and shifts itself around and all that stuff. That may be, honestly, that may be part of the future upgrade. I'm not sure. We've talked about it, but anyway. So you create your intake form, right, which is at this URL. So let's click on this. And this is, and you can see my kind of jacked up logo because I screwed up and put in the wrong size. Basically, it needs to be a much bigger size. It just has to do with the way WordPress works, but it needs to be a much bigger size, okay? But anyway, profile intake form came from what we called it here. And this is what this URL right here is what you're going to copy, and you're going to send that to your client or to your, so you found somebody through all this marketing I've taught you how to do. They say, yeah, my profile sucks. I've been really needing help with that. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I can do that for you. Look, great. They pay you. Okay, I get paid in advance, guys. I don't do anything without getting paid in advance ever. End of conversation. They pay you. Next thing you do is you send them your form. And you just say, let's use some fictitious person named Bob. Okay, so let's say, hey, Bob. This is Lee. We talked the other day. Thank you so much for the payment. We're going to get this out to you in about a week. And I need you to fill out the following form. The better you fill this out, the better your profile is going to be. You send them this form. Now here's the form. This is the form right here. Okay, so now I'm the client. I'm looking at this. This is from the client's point of view. Now, even though this is going to be boring as all get out, I want you to just hang with me while I pretend I'm a client filling in all this stuff, and I'm going to kind of try to fill it in fast. But let's say Mary. Here I am, Mary Jones. I'm filling in this stuff. I'm going to select my business type, and on the UK version, we've done our best to UKize the business types. So let's say Mary is in health and fitness. I don't know. Position, personal trainer, freelance personal trainer, XYZ company, and so they fill in all this stuff. Here's their mailing address, blah blah blah. Mary at xyz.com, phone number, and I had some of this pre-filled in just so you don't have to, listen to me talk about LinkedIn.com. Well, it's not going to be Bill Smith Insurance, is it? So it's going to be Mary, your personal trainer, and then we get to Facebook. Let's just do this. Unfortunately, I'm going to make you sit here while I fill all this stuff out, because I want to get the profile out of it. I want to show you what that looks like. Twitter, and we'll just do this. Bam, did I get it right? What's the main benefit of what you do? So your form is asking Mary that, and if you as a copywriter, as a salesperson, as someone writing Mary's profile, you need to know the main benefit, because that needs to be expressed on Mary's profile. Otherwise, how many of those LinkedIn profiles did we just look at and we didn't really understand what the person did, what it had to do with us, and whether we needed that person? We didn't understand that. Okay, so we're going to start the process of pulling all that information out from Mary's head, except you don't have to be there and do it. Okay, now you can. I'll show you something in a little while, in case you're saying, well, Lee, I would really rather talk Mary through this. That's cool. I got you covered there too. But you don't have to do this. Okay, and furthermore, you yourselves don't have to know. Yeah, Shifu says, can they, if they're not on Facebook, can they skip that? Absolutely. You yourself doesn't have to know. You don't have to reinvent, oh my God, what goes in a great profile like Lee writes? I don't really remember. What do I need? Well, it's all right here on the form. So I'm still Mary. I'm still filling stuff out. I help people get in shape even if they've never been to a gym since high school. And I don't know what Mary would say. I'm just kind of hurrying a little bit. And the top main benefits of what would, y'all help me out some? Well, let's get a little audience participation. I need some main benefits of what a personal trainer can do with you. Just type in a couple of little things. I'm going to start typing. You give me some suggestions. I'm going to say better health, feel better, revive, we're making me spell. For a guy who writes for a living, I'm a horrible speller. Confident, sorry. Strengthening muscles. Higher self-esteem, increase self-esteem, and eliminate disease symptoms. Oh, good one. All right. Now the top 5 features of what Mary does. Now look, honestly, the Marys of the world, the clients of the world may not actually understand the difference between benefits and features, and if you don't too, that's okay. It all works fine. Don't worry about it. But the features is, how is Mary going to do this? How is Mary going to do this? Thank you, John. Providing a friendly atmosphere of accountability. I have a structured, proven approach. Give me some more guided training. You're not alone. I use the newest equipment. My plan is always tailored to you your level of conditioning and your body type. And I'm not a personal, I do exercise a lot, but I'm not a personal trainer, so I don't know exactly what someone would say. Okay, so we got that part, right? Now, what are the five main questions? Now we are Mary, okay? So what are the five main questions you ask? Is Mary going to ask any new prospect? So someone calls up Mary, someone connects with her on LinkedIn, someone's, you know, this in the world of sales personship, these are called qualifying questions, okay? Qualifying questions. Thank you, Melissa. How often do you work out? Not enough. Do you know your body mass index? Unfortunately, I know mine. What type of, Melissa, what type of experience have you had with working out? What type of experiences have you had recently with working out or trying to work out? Okay. Oh, excellent one, Janice. Do you have any training restrictions? I think I spelled that right. Do you eat healthy? What are your fitness goals? What are your fitness? Okay. Those sound like very reasonable questions. David, that's a good one. That's a good one. Ideal prospect. You know, I mean, who does Mary work with? People who just had their quadruple bypass surgery, who are trying to, you know, finally get with the program and get in shape, or, you know, working with people who are in their 30s, you know, who want the sculpted body thing. Somebody give me Mary's ideal prospect. It really doesn't matter who it is. Just somebody say something. Okay. I specialize in working with people who have limited experience in the gym and who are 50 or older. Okay? Now, the main problem, anybody who's a professional, Tricia, this is recorded, and it will be somewhere where you can get to it. If you're on my list, which I guess you are, you're here, I will email you that, okay? So anybody who's a professional understands that their target market has sort of like a main underlying problem, or 80% of them got the main problem. What main problem? So we're done. People have limited experience in the gym who are 50 or older. Give me some main problem that people have. I've had that. Wow, man, I had the same answer. Feel self-conscious, low confidence with exercising, low self-esteem, obese, motivation. My ideal, I don't know, what do they call them, customer, client, has low self-esteem is probably a little harsh. And Mary might put in low self-esteem, and then when we go back and read it over as professionals, we might say, that's a little rough. You know, we'll kind of soften that up a bit. It has, well, let's just put it in there. Just low self-esteem when it comes to their body and exercise. Okay. Yep. Now, Mary knows this. Professionals know this. Wow, everybody said self-confidence. That is so cool. That must be a thing, because like all of y'all said that, okay? The main way that Mary solves, so Mary's working with people who have limited experience in the gym, who are in their 50s, and they have low self-esteem when it comes to their body and exercise. What's the main thing that Mary does to address that issue? Every professional knows this. Your dentist knows this, your doctor knows this, or your attorney knows this. Everybody knows this. They may not know they know this, but when they hit this form, they're going to know this. Okay. I solve, Eugene, I think you got a good one. I get them on a routine. I solve this problem by creating a sustainable exercise. God knows, did I spell that right? Exercise routine that you can actually, that let's say my clients can actually follow and keep following. Okay? Now, we're almost done. Okay, we are almost done pretending to be Mary filling this out, right? In a short paragraph, how would you introduce you someone who might be a lead for your business? So Mary goes to, this is the old elevator pitch, right? Mary goes to David. That's pretty good. That's probably not a bad idea, David. But I don't type on my browser too much, though. So David says, I help you explore and discover the quickest path to good health and a lean body. The Exercise Whisperer. I help real people who are not athletes and are not currently in good shape. Do what? Do what? What does she do? I mean, we got it up here. Just somebody finish the sentence for me. What does she do? Real people who are not athletes and not currently in good shape do what? Somebody finish the sentence off for me. Get fitter than they thought possible. Amen. Who said that? That just went by so fast. Get fitter faster and let's say get fit faster and easier than they ever thought possible. I like that. I like that. Patricia, begin a routine and maintain that routine, become more fit. And hang on, I got to move something so I can see what I'm typing. And let's say create an exercise routine they can stick with and actually enjoy. I can see somebody saying that. Okay. Now, short paragraph. How did you end up where you are? This is so incredibly important because virtually everything that we saw when we were looking at those LinkedIn profiles, virtually everybody missed the personal element. Virtually everybody missed the personal element. There's an old saying in sales, people don't care what you know. I'm goofing this up. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. Okay? Thank you, Marcus. Marcus finished it up for me. Did I? Patricia says I've got a spelling error up here somewhere. I'm going to skip it just for time, but you know, obviously you can reread this. Me, I would pop it in Word and make sure that, yeah, I got it, Matthew. I apparently. Oh, is this in what I wrote, or is it in the copy? A spelling error on my form. I thought we fixed that. I know which one you're talking about. Yes, doggone it. I thought we fixed that. Well, I'll tell the developer. Let me hang on. Let me make a note. My bad. So anyway, we will fix that, and we will push out an update for that. So that'll take about a day. Okay. Yes, Dale, there is a recording. So thank you, Brian. Yeah, we caught that. Now, in a short paragraph, how did you end up where you are? What led you to your current career position? I was not an athlete. Athlete in high school or college. When I had my children, my body got horribly out of shape. This would be the only female who's ever experienced that, I'm sure. Says the guy married to the woman who had 2 babies, not one, but 2 babies all at one time. When I had my children, I got horribly out of shape. About 10 years ago, I decided that enough is enough, and I started the process of getting into shape. I realized, however, that most gyms and most books are geared towards people younger than me. It became my mission to help older people get in shape and feel good about themselves. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Eugene, pretty funny. When I got married, I got out of shape too. Amen. Happened to us all. It's called real life, right? And so this is Mary. Mary has filled all this stuff out. Hit submit, right? Okay, so the form's coming back to us. Remember when we created the form, we made a little thank you note. Thank you, I'll get back with you as per our conversation. You write whatever you want there, and then we go back to here. So Mary has filled out the form for us, and John wants to hire Mary. I do too, seriously. I wish there was a Mary out there for me. But anyway, so the form has come back to us, okay? Now, the next step we do is we go find the form, okay? Well, here's Mary's form. Look, Mary Jones. And this is logged into the database. It's all there. It's not going anywhere unless you click that little radio button and hit delete, or you delete all, which you can do, okay? But here's Mary's information. So we're going to take Mary and we're going to let LinkedIn Profile Genie create Mary's profile summary for us. Okay, and it just did that. You see the screen flash? It just did that. So we're going to look at our saved profiles down here. And again, you can edit data. There's a bunch of stuff you can do here, download CSV customer data and all that stuff, because as you do this, you're going to have a whole bunch of Marys here, right? So you can keep up with it that way. But to view the profile, there is the profile. Now let's go through this, because you saw here, let's go back. You saw here where the information came from, and notice that the way that this information here, this is done on purpose. This starts with easy stuff to fill out, and I make Mary think, and I dig deep, and this because I've talked to a lot of people about what they do, but I dig deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. You know, I make Mary dig deeper and deeper and deeper, right? Okay, into what Mary does and how Mary does it, right? Until we get down here, okay? So this form is organized from Mary's point of view in some sense. Of course, that's not the right organization for a profile summary for somebody reading this, okay? The software takes this and reorganizes it to here. Let me, when you do a GoToWebinar, you got all these little boxes that are necessary to run the webinar, but they do kind of get in the way of me pointing at stuff or me knowing what I'm pointing at. So give me a second to minimize some things, or not, okay, or at least move them around. Okay, Welcome my profile. I'm an open networker. Feel free to connect. That's a good thing to do so that people who are reading your profile say, yeah, I'm going to connect with that person, because you want to. Thank you, Patricia says, love the software. Thank you so much. You want to encourage people to connect with you. When you get into the course, you will understand why. Now, this is Mary. This is Mary's profile. Remember where we talked about the main 5 questions Mary asks? Well, shouldn't that be at the top? Doesn't it make sense that that would be at the top of Mary's profile summary? Let me ask you a few questions. Now, Mary's talking to Mary's reader on LinkedIn. How often do you work out? Do you know your BMI? What type of experiences have you had recently with working out or trying to work out? Do you have any training restrictions? What are your fitness goals? And look, you know, you can download this, you can copy it to a clipboard, you can put it in Word, you can massage it a little bit if you want to. It's pretty good as is. Now granted, if you get a client who is borderline illiterate, you're going to have to help them out a little bit, but that's not going to take long. And the most important thing is the format, is the information that you got is the information that you should have gotten, okay, to write this profile, except you made Mary do all the work. And the format that it comes out in is the format that you need, okay, for Mary to have a killer profile that's going to massively increase Mary's business on LinkedIn. So let me ask you a few questions. There are the questions. If so, keep reading. I'm in the business of helping people in businesses just like you. No, look, Mary said this. I help real people who are not athletes. This came from right here. Okay. So what we're doing in sales terms is we're positioning the whole thing. Okay, what does Mary do? Real people, not athletes, not trying to get shape. Before I tell you more about me and what I do, let me tell you a little bit about why I got here. Why do we do that? Because people don't care what you know until they know that you care. We've got to establish the personal connection near the top of the profile summary. The software does that for you using Mary's own words. You know, so Mary says, this is Mary's story, right? Can I help you? Look at that. Okay, that's baked into it. Can I help you? Well, here's what my ideal customer looks like. This is written salesmanship 101. This is like a headline. You're dividing people into 2 groups, those who could possibly be interested and those who are definitely not interested, and it's all good. You're not trying to convince anybody of anything. You're just saying, hey, this is what I do, and if this is for you, keep reading. That's all we're saying here. Look, Mary wrote this. I specialize in working with people who have limited experience in the gym. Our customers hire us. Yeah, for Mary, I'd probably change that to say my clients hire me, okay? Now look at this, benefits. These are the benefits of working with Mary, okay? Notice they're at the top, because benefits are what sell stuff. Benefits are emotional. Features are what prove benefits. And again, I would change this to I can easily deliver these promises to you because, and you know, you might have to tweak this a little bit. I work on, okay, a little tweaking. How long is that going to take you to tweak? 5 or 10 minutes? A heck of a lot less time than, I mean, it's been a good 30 or 40 minutes me just pretending to be Mary filling out the form, right? Okay. Most businesses or people that hire us do so because, and this, Mary wrote this bottom line. Mary, right here, here's the bottom line. So this is like at the end of a, you know, when you read like a sales letter written by a guy like me or something like that, we have like the punch at the end. This is what it is, and this is why you need to be, this is why you need to do what I'm fixing to tell you to do, which is in a sales letter buy. Here it is reach out, okay? Help people get in shape, even if they've never been to a gym since high school. If you're interested in learning more, now this is baked into it, reach out to me. And here is all of that information that we gathered at the top, put in a very, very usable way. There, you get 2,000 characters in a profile summary. This is going to pretty much use that up. I can't guarantee that this is, you know, if you have a really verbose client, that they're not going to end up with a few extra characters. So yeah, you're going to have to, you know, put it in Word and count the characters and all that stuff. But your editing time on this, your editing, yeah, John, I mean, a few things probably, you know, probably want to be reworded a little bit. Patricia says this is stellar business brand journalism. Thank you so much. Eugene says this is brilliant copy and technology. Thank you. Um, Steve, you're looking at what it ends up looking like. I mean, the only thing to do, Steve, from here, okay, the only thing to do, Steve, from here is copy it to a clipboard, put it in Word, check your client's spelling, okay? I mean, I have trouble spelling, as we see, so check your client's spelling. You might want to change a couple of little things for them. And then you're going to send that to the client and say, here's your profile summary. Now, let me tell you something, guys. You get a client, you send them the form, they're really excited. Well, they pay you, okay? Then you send them the form, they're really excited. They sit down, they take an hour, you know, hour and a half, they send it back to you, right? We could put that in, Eddie, okay? I'll make a note of that. So lead to lead and client website. So Eddie wants a place for a website. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I'm sure I got it, Patricia. I got it on my notes. I'm sure there are a couple of little tweaks, you know. So if y'all see something, hit me up in support. Say, Lee, this is a good idea. If it makes sense with the way the software is right now, we'll just push out an update for that. But yeah, so what you want to do is, you know, you want to take this, you want to pop it in Word, you want to read over it, you want to massage it. But guys, this is so fast. I mean, if Mary's just all excited and sits down between appointments and just cranks this thing out in an hour and sends it to you, I wouldn't send it back to her that day. I'd wait a few days and send it back to her because you're getting paid a fair amount of money. And nobody's cheating or anything like that. You are buying my software, and that has baked into it my expertise of over 10 years of professional copywriting. And so you are buying that from me. Okay, so that's totally fair, all right? So, but, you know, I wouldn't make it, you know, seem like, you know, I just wouldn't send it right back. Okay, that would look kind of stupid, but anyway. That's how you do it, guys. So, Steve, all you can do is download this, pop it into Word, massage it a little bit if you want to, check the spelling, and then, yeah, check, Patricia, I agree, check the spelling, and then send it back to your client. Say, here's your profile. You know, I would also check the character count, 2,000 or less right now. That may change in the future. I don't know. That's what it is as of about a week ago. It's been like that for a couple of 3 years, something like that on LinkedIn. And there you have it. There's the profile. There's the profile summary. Yeah, you're just going to, does a client copy and paste? Eddie, you're going to copy this to a clipboard, all right? And you're going to, this is a Notepad file with a bit.ly link in it, which leads you to my sales letter, by the way. And you're just going to do that, and you know, like in a Word document or something like that, and you're going to save that, and you're going to attach it to an email, and you're going to send that to your client. Say, hi, Mary, got your profile written for you. Here it is. Take a look at it. Let me know what you think. Just load that up into where it says profile summary. If you need help with anything, let me know. Shifu, yes, you could. Shifu, can you send in a PDF? Absolutely. You would have to save this in Word. There's a Word or even OpenOffice. Both of them can save stuff as PDFs. So just save it as a PDF and then send it that way. Send it that way. It's up to the client, Eddie, to actually put the profile on LinkedIn. I'm not planning on doing that for them. You know, unless I'm doing marketing for them, I don't want their login. I just don't want to have to keep up with it. Okay. Melissa, I'm going to show you one more thing, then I'm going to get to Q&A, and I have no idea how long that's going to last. It's up to y'all. Okay. You know, Matthew says send it as a PDF. That's fine. You know. You can do that, David. Send these things along with a link to a YouTube video, show them how to update their profile. Do a little personal branding for you guys, okay? Make your own YouTube video, you know, showing people how to upload this. Matthew says don't send a PDF. Okay, so we got some people with PDF, not. Y'all do whatever you want to. It's all good. I love you. Just go out and make money, right? So real quick, then we're going to get to Q&A for those people who have not bought this yet. We're currently on an introductory sales price. No joke, I raised my prices, as you know, substantially. and continue to sell stuff, okay? But I like to give everybody a break for the first week. I'm working, but Tricia, I'm working on you. Don't worry. I mean, worst case, I'm just going to download all the stuff and send it to you, okay? But I got you covered. Don't worry. Your name is very near the top of my to-do list. Okay. Les, let me hit that question just a sec. That's a beautiful question. But anyway, if you want to, so if you haven't bought it yet, I'm just going to take this. You've got a few days to buy it before I raise the price. Look, you can wait until I raise the price and pay me more money. I'm all about making a lot of money, and I'm happy to have your money. Because honestly, for what I'm selling, it doesn't matter what I'm asking for it, as long as it's reasonable, it's going to be well worth it. If you haven't seen this yet, if you haven't bought it yet, now's the time. Go there and buy it, all right? So, there is an upsell, okay, which I think I can get to. Oh, it's right here. That's me, guys. In case you wondered, it says Haley Color. That's me. This is the upsell. I mean, you can read this on your own, but I'm going to show it to you, price and all, okay? I've been wanting to do this for a very, very, very long time. You get a PLR positioning book. This is a real book. It's going to end up being about, it's 45 pages in Word. I don't know how many that's going to end up being in Kindle. More than 45. It's about 17,000 words. This is seriously, get a shave. I did shave, Matthew. What are you talking about? This is me having shaved. This is my Hollywood look. But anyway, a seriously good book. I mean, a cutting-edge book about LinkedIn marketing that when you give this to a potential client, when they find it online, when you show, somebody says, what do you do? Okay. You say what you do, and then they look kind of, well, I don't really understand that. And so then you take your phone. I do this all the time. You take your phone and you pull up your author page on Kindle and you hand your phone to them and say, that's me. I wrote the book on this. Bam, right? Patricia, yeah, we'll figure that out. I don't want to announce that to the world. Patricia wants a specific email. That's fine. I just don't give specific emails out. Patricia, you're more than welcome to. No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just sitting here thinking how to do that. So you get the book. This is a real live, honest-to-God book. This is not some PLR crap that I bought. I sat down on my butt and wrote this book, and this includes everything that I know about how to market on LinkedIn. It's going to make you look like a boss. No joke. You also get 2 editable covers. These are covers that, no, I'm still learning about that, Matthew. But these are covers that you put your name here. It says your name here, so don't leave it like that. Put your name here, put Patricia, put Matthew, put Eddie, put whatever. You got the back. The back's already written. You use this for Kindle. You use this for CreateSpace. I got a link to a gig that you can use for somebody to put this stuff here if you don't have Photoshop. I wouldn't personally touch Photoshop with a 10-foot pole when I can pay somebody else to do that. All that content that we talked about going out, well, just to make life easier for you, I've got done for you curated content, professionally written blog posts, over a month's worth. Over 150, okay? So a month, that would be what? Over 5 a day? This is supposed to be a picture of a CSV file. It didn't come out too well. 5 professionally written, never before published blog posts. Now, you can rewrite these, you can break them up, you can publish them as is. I don't care. Personally, what I would do, yeah, Mark, you can change absolutely everything on here. You can go get your own cover if you want, okay? But you can change the name, you can change that, you can change everything. Richard, that's in the training, so I can't really go over that because that's letting the cat out of the bag a little bit too much, but I got that all covered in the training. Matthew says, seriously, this is a ridiculously outstanding deal. A great package for delivering a ton of value and earning great money by helping people. Yeah, absolutely. So you got blog posts, you publish those on, and we haven't talked about it, you know, it's not a side deal. I'm just trying not to overwhelm you. There is a blog on LinkedIn. Okay? Yes, Mark, this will be completely unique to you. You can do this completely uniquely to you. Graphic headers, okay? These are the graphics that go across the top of your LinkedIn profile. I show you how to modify them. Again, I don't do any of this stuff. I hire people on Fiverr to do this. So I show you how to go with Fiverr, find gigs of people who can do this. Somebody can put whatever text you want on these. These are copyright-free images, but somebody can put whatever text you want on these, and you know, and for $20 on Fiverr, done for you PowerPoint sales presentation. I know I'm a little bit in your face and all that stuff. I'm a little bit braggy too, but I've been around a long time, and I'm just damn good at some things. And I'm not everything. Most things I'm not damn good at, but I'm damn good at some things. I am damn good at writing a sales presentation. This is a real live, honest to God sales presentation, okay? This sales presentation, short and sweet, I think it's like 9 slides. It's going to take you about 20 minutes to go over with your client. It will position you as an expert. It will tell your client what they need to know, your potential client what they need to know. It's going to tell them why they're buying this from you. No, Jessica, there's not anything about exact copies of Kindle books that Amazon rejects. Otherwise, people wouldn't be able to take, what are they called? Not Creative Commons, but you public domain books and print them, and they're like 40 millions of those. Thank you, guys. But Jessica, what I would do, and I suggest various parts in the book where you want to do this. Really, what you want to do is you want your own introduction. I mean, really, if you know, you don't want to just like, because I do say put your name here, put your contact information here, like that. You know, I do say that, but you want, you know, you want. You want to personalize it some, okay? So take the book, personalize it some. You don't have to, it's fine with me. I would. Ophelia, this is so brain dead easy. I mean, this is literally, just go through this and practice reading these slides. They absolutely work. It's not overwhelming. It is made so that somebody who's not been selling things, and maybe you have, but it's made so that somebody who hasn't been selling things their whole life can, you know, have a very high close ratio with people who are interested in the service. Done for you messaging. So what does messaging mean? People reach out to you on messages, and again, I'm not going to open that up because that's kind of like my business, my person, you know, my ongoing business with people. But people reach out to you, or you know, somebody has a birthday. You want to do a little more active marketing, which I cover in the course. Well, how do you do that? It matters a lot how you do that. And I've got proven done for you messages. John, the PowerPoint slides will transfer to OpenOffice. Do the following. Number one, open OpenOffice on your computer, then go to the, whatever it's called, new or file or open, that little folder thing, and then navigate to the slide thing and open that. You can open it that way. If you just click on the slide thing, Microsoft's going to, you know, hit you up for buying their stuff. But that's how you can open it with OpenOffice, John. But anyway, done for you messaging, done for you contact funnel. So the book, look, the book, guys, I mean, this is like the world's greatest lead magnet because it's serious. It's fat. It looks beautiful. Well, one thing you need to be doing is you need a squeeze page up so that you can send people to the squeeze page and they can put their name and email address and download the book, right? And you know, I've got information about how to set that up. You get all that. I'm right now for 47 bucks. You know, that to me that's a deal. I don't know if anybody else thinks that's a deal. I mean, I really should be selling this for a ton more money. No, I know marketers sell that. No, don't have a squeeze page for ClickFunnels. Mark, I may be adding that in, not to this, but maybe later on, but not right now. But anyway, that's a heck of a deal. And if you want to go really, really, really big, or if you feel like you need some more help, the only other upsell, okay, you're not going to get hit up by anything else in this sales funnel. The only other upsell is what I call affordable coaching. Okay, yeah, Mark, just copy it. And again, that's on the list of probably to do with products in the future, and maybe if I re-release this, I'll definitely do that. If you want to, now, affordable coaching, number one, let's quantify the word affordable, $67, okay? It's affordable. I'm not asking $500. But affordable coaching is 3 webinars with me. You've been on a webinar with me. I got virtually everybody on here who started out, right? Okay, so my webinars rock. They're full of information. And this is exactly what you learn. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just repeat the same crap to you that you already bought. It's not crap, it's wonderful. But I'm not going to do that to you because I know that happens. People have webinars and then they just tell you the stuff that you already bought. That's not fair. Okay, this is over and above, but it is also a way for you to have the kind of contact with me that you're having right now. Hear my voice, ask me questions, have me answer questions, all of that. I'm a pretty busy guy and kind of hard to get hold of, although I do have excellent support, by the way. The webinar is going to be on the 15th, the 22nd, the 29th, all in Eastern Time, all recorded, all put in the members area, all available to you. If you can't be there, try to be there because then you can ask me questions, okay? And this is what we're covering. Webinar 1, advanced contacting and messaging, okay? Webinar 2, this is huge, 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 huge. You don't have to have this, guys. You can buy the front end thing. Thank you, Patricia. She says Lee does have superb customer support, period. Thank you so much. You can just buy the front end thing and you're good. You're good to go. I don't do that thing where you buy the front end and oh crap, you got to have the next thing. Well, to make the next thing work, you got to have the next thing. I don't do that. That's unethical. I don't do that. All right. Everything stands by what it is. Thank you, David. Even though, David, I'm a little dense sometimes in figuring things out. But anyway, really important, don't have to have it, but it's super important, is email nurturing campaigns for your leads. You're going to create a lot of people, a lot of leads who are not ready to do anything right now. They're just not ready, right? Okay? That's fine. Those leads are gold. You can literally increase the number of sales that you make per leads that you get by 2 or 3 times just by putting these email addresses in an autoresponder, or you can use my squeeze page on the last thing and do that, and then have an email nurturing campaign, okay? I mean, it really does count. I mean, look, I got people on this webinar, even though with all the emails that I've sent out about this product, before it launched and after the launch, I still got people on this webinar who haven't bought this. Why? You're busy, you thought you would, you didn't really understand it, you know, it didn't really speak to you, but maybe it's going to speak to you, now you understand it. In other words, it takes a few touches. You have to touch people a few times, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, before they really understand what's going on. You hit the right button at the right time, bam, they buy. It's extremely important. We're going to talk all about that in webinar 2. And advanced sales techniques, advanced sales techniques for selling LinkedIn marketing products and services. This is the recurring income. Neil, yeah, I can put those in here where you can, Neil wants direct links to these things. Hang on a sec. But this is where you're going to take a one-off sale, the profile makeover, and learn to turn it into a recurring income, which is doing this kind of marketing for people. Neil, I'm going to pop this in here to the chat. I think it's clickable. Hang on, guys. And awesome. Thank you, Arlene. With you can sell, Matthew says you can have a Georgia accent and sell like a boss. Absolutely. Nobody cares what your accent is. They just care that you They don't care what you know until they know that you care. And once they know that you care, you can speak like me or Matthew or anybody, and you can sell the daylights out of something because you're selling something extremely needed. We proved that at the beginning of the webinar to people who want to buy it. You establish yourself as real. You establish yourself as a boss. You establish yourself as legit. We do that through the profile. We do that through the content marketing. The leads come in. You learn how to manage those leads. You get a few of those people on a sales presentation. You use, if you buy the upsell, this one, you get my sales presentation. You go through that. Just practice it 2 or 3 times. You'll be doing it just like me. A lot of those people are going to buy then and there. And David is right here. It's the next link put in the chat right here. Okay, David, let me know if you can't get to that. David, I tell you what I'll do. Let me do this. Hold on. David, I put that in, what I see on all my GoToWebinar stuff. It says answer to your question that you just asked. So hopefully that came through to you, David, and you should be able to click on that. Melissa says, in my opinion, if these folks don't buy all 3 of the price point you're currently offering, they'll kick themselves as they should. I agree with Melissa. So awesome, guys. This is all I've got for you today. Q&A. Q&A, okay? By the way, excellent support on the software. Let me just tell you a little something, okay? And I know I just said Q&A, but I got to tell you something because I'm selling you software, okay? Who here besides me, and you don't have to answer this because I know it's true, has ever bought software, you were all excited about it, it was working, it broke 3 weeks later, you can't get hold of the developer, you can't get hold of the vendor, the support's not answering tickets. No, that's actually not the rule for how things work in the industry that I'm in. It's not. I know most of the people that you buy from, I know them personally, okay? They're great people. But every now and then, whether it's on purpose or it's just somebody gets real busy, stuff kind of falls apart, right? Stuff kind of falls apart. That's not happening with this software, okay? I've sold softwares in several instances in my career, and I want to sell more software, so we've been working on a lot of back-end stuff that has to be in place in order to do that. Got a great developer on my team, committed to this project, and I'm going to be sitting here selling software, supporting software for a very long time, okay? So this is not like some fly-by-night deal, okay? So you got that? I'm now off my software soapbox, and I've got so many questions. I'm going to start trying to answer these. Les, I don't know what one that is. If you can figure it out, just hit me up in support. Shifu, and I'm probably butchering your name. I know we've talked about this, and I apologize. Is the training suitable for a complete LinkedIn beginner with no existing LinkedIn account and profile? Absolutely. When I sat down and created this, I thought to myself, I'm starting from zero, right? I'm starting from zero. So what do I need to do? And the training takes you from absolute zero. Now, yeah, Shifu, if you don't have any connections, it's going to take you a little while. How LinkedIn works is dependent on your connections. The more connections you have, the better it's going to work. But, you know, if you don't have many connections, you got to start somewhere, right? So Shifu, I take you through all of that, show you how to build out your account, show you how to do it right, show you how to do it safely, show you how to target the right market. This is 100% geared towards somebody starting from zero who wants to end up with a real business. John, I mean, that's up to you, John. Should my profile tell all the hats I wear in businesses that I'm in? That's really up to you. You may want it to. Personally, I do a lot of stuff besides what you saw, okay? And LinkedIn profile for me is for one business. For me, that works better. I'm not saying you can't do that. It's just you do add. Look, I just said that the LinkedIn profile is the profile summary, the text part. is like a sales letter. So it would be kind of like, John, if you had a sales letter, but I was selling you, let's use internet marketing. I was selling you video ranking software. I was selling you training about LinkedIn. I was selling you, what else? CPA marketing, thingamabob, all in the same sales letter. You can get horribly confused and not buy. Mark says he bought the front end, but just purchased both upsells. Awesome, Mark. I'm excited for you. Patricia says, can Patricia expect $500 a week within 2 weeks? Patricia says, according to where you start. I don't know how big your LinkedIn account is, and is really according to your work ethic. I want you to pay, look, if you guys really want to put the pedal to the metal, okay, I like passive marketing because I like stuff happening when I'm goofing off, frankly, or when I'm doing something else. And I like software out there making things happen. I mean, why not use intelligence instead of hard work? But if you really want to hit the ball out of the park and you really want to get going fast, Patricia, I want you to pay special attention in the original training, Passive LinkedIn Goldmine, on the active marketing section, okay? On the active marketing section. Alistair, great question. How do you set up the optimized profile before building your connections? Alistair, you just were on the webinar when I pretended to be Mary and walked through, filling out that form. Do that for yourself, Alistair, and let the form write your profile for you. No, Robert, the bonuses that are mentioned on the sales letter, Robert's talking about bonuses down at the bottom. I'm not going to read these out to you, but I'm just going to point you roughly all this stuff, and then you get access to this replay of this phenomenal webinar I did with my good friend Robert Stukes. That is available whether you buy through this webinar, whether you buy through somebody else's link because you want their bonuses too, but you get all of that no matter how you buy. Oh, 500 contacts within, yeah, Patricia meant not $500 a week. Patricia meant 500 contacts, 500 plus contacts. It's according to where you start. You can reach out to safely, Patricia. Yeah, I would look. Don't go whole hog and reach out to like 100 people a day right off the bat. I would reach out to 5 a day for a couple of days and 10 a day. But and guys, I'm referring to something specific in the training. Okay, so if you don't, God, what's Lee talking about? Don't worry, get in the training. You'll see what I'm talking about. Patricia, build that up. You'll be in. I don't know whether it's going to be exactly 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, but it's going to happen faster. When you get over 500 contacts, you're going to think, man, that did not take as long as I thought. Okay. Adrian, I would love to explain the LinkedIn auto posting, but that's part of what I'm selling you is how to do that. Okay. Shifu, I kind of just I kind of just answered that with Patricia, which is fine because you already typed in the question. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you go like if you started a LinkedIn account, you started at 0 connections, okay, it's probably safely going to take you, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks to get up to 500 plus connections. Guys, 500 is like the golden number, okay? You want to get up over 500 plus connections. Here's the reason. See where it says 500 plus? But yet I have close to 6,000 connections. Okay, now these are the people I'm directly connected with. I have close to 6,000 of these, but it says 500 plus. You can have up to 30,000 first level connections on LinkedIn. But say some. I know a few people who have that, but say their profile is just going to say 500. So 500 is kind of like it evens out the playing field. Okay, if you're going to look like a serious player, you need over 500. Now don't go, oh Jesus, I don't have 500. I can't do this. I mean seriously, I mean you got to learn to tie your shoes sometime, right? And this is kind of like learning to tie your shoes in LinkedIn. So Shifu, Exactly how long, I can't tell you. Again, it's not going to take probably as long as you think it's going to take, and it's never going to happen unless you start. Ophelia got the $47 upsell. Awesome. I can't wait to. Ophelia, would you please hit me up in support and tell me about your first client? Guys, just hit me up in support and ask questions. I'm here to help. Melissa, how many hours a day do you consider putting the pedal to the metal? I don't remember saying that, but I always say putting the pedal to the metal. I don't know if that's something you say or something you heard me say. But anyway, were you talking to a guy who when he started his internet marketing career, actually ended up in the hospital because he was working too much? So I am extreme, no joke. But I mean, I've gotten older and wiser, and I can't abuse my body like I used to. I'm all into health now, but you know. So with that said, and it's according to where you start, Melissa, I would put in a couple hours a day. I would put in a couple hours. Melissa, let me put it to you like this. Consistency. Guys, I hope everybody is listening. I hope everybody is listening. Consistency here is so much more important than the number of hours on a given day. Consistency. To Sam says, I'm not in the sales marketing business, but a legal professional, very techy field, want to generate some in society that I'm branded. Yeah, you do have a problem being branded as two things on LinkedIn. It's going to work better to Sam if you make a choice. Okay, just being honest. Brad, and somebody else asked me this. I apologize for not answering this. The introductory price ends November the 2nd, so that's Thursday at midnight. Yeah, David, that's kind of like way over techie stuff. David's got a techie thing, and you know, look, we live in a technical world. Stuff changes. Just, you know, guys, David, that's important, but I'm just telling everybody else, don't get hung up on technical little bits and bobs. Hit the ground running, start making money, and then make your system better. Did you hear how I said that? Don't get the system perfect and then hit the ground running, because you'll never hit the ground running. You'll just hit the ground, not go anywhere, because you'll be exhausted. Hit the ground running, don't worry about the details, start making money, and then you can perfect your system. Richard says, does redoing my profile and republishing it to my LinkedIn account cause any problems in LinkedIn's eyes? No, it does not. It does not. They're totally fine with that. Toussaint, yeah, if you want to do this, okay, so if you got yourself branded as a legal professional on LinkedIn and you don't currently need that branding right now, okay, like you're not looking for a job, okay, then I would rewrite it to reflect what you're doing with LinkedIn, which is offering marketing services. Gordon says, bought the software earlier today along with OTO1 and very impressed. Tested out the software, very easy to update my profile. Thank you so much, Gordon. Our goal is to make software extremely usable, very robust, and to make it actually do what you need to make money. Janice says, I may have missed this, but can I install this plugin on my current website on an unpublished page? It doesn't even need to be installed on a page. You just install it on the plugins section. Janice. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. I just want to get this real clear. Hang on a minute. Let's just close that. So guys, when you install a plugin, I'm inside a WordPress dashboard, right? So you go to plugins, add new, or click that, add new, and then just follow that. So Janice, you will get the plugin from us, from inside the members area, download it. I usually download it to my desktop, okay, just so I can find it without going through all my files, because I got 40 million files. Download it to desktop, plugin, add new, you navigate to where the plugin is. Do not unzip the plugin, keep it zipped up, okay, it's in a zip file, keep it like that. And WordPress will prompt you as to what to do, and it will install, and you will see it right here, Okay, you will see it right there. Hang on. Let me get my questions back out here. These are fabulous questions. Easy. Well, I lost you. I'm so sorry. Hang on a minute. Let me. Hang on, guys. Great questions. I'm loving the questions. I missed one. There was somebody that said they didn't get their login. Just let us know in support. I mean, it happens, you know. This is all automated. That doesn't mean it's perfect. Probably ended up in your spam folder. Look in your spam or junk folder first, but hit us up in support, and we will make sure that you get your login. Let me go back up to where I was. Darn it. Hang on, guys. Okay, wonderful questions, guys. I love you. I appreciate the questions. I'm just having to start. There's so many I got to start. I've lost my place, and I've got to start at the bottom. So if I don't get to one of your questions, repeat it. I like the way your software reorganizes the questionnaire and the way you made it easy to fill in by prospect. Does the form autosave? Sorry. Yeah. Once you set up your form, you're done, and you send all your clients your form. The same form. You just send them that URL. And because they have a different name and different email address and all that stuff, when they come back, the software keeps track of the fact that they're different. John, you don't need a premium LinkedIn account to get going. My guess, I don't have one right now because, frankly, I've got more business than I can deal with. But you probably will want to get one in the future. That's about $60 a month, I think, for a business account. And it's going to be well worth it. You do not have to have it to get going. But I think that this is, you know, if you will focus on this, you'll probably want one. Janice says, should I publish my updated profile to my current network? Yeah, you can do that. There's a place inside. I don't want to take everybody's time to go in this. You can Google it, but there's a place inside LinkedIn where you can toggle between publish updates to your network or not publish updates to your network. I mean, every time you tweak something, you really don't want your network getting like your little tweak. But Janice, probably what I'd do, I'd get it in there, I'd tweak it, I'd look at it, and then I would publish it, okay? And then I would unclick that little thing that says publish it. Shifu says, once you have 500 connections, once you start reaching out to businesses, you can start reaching out earlier than that. I'm a big believer in not waiting on perfection, Shifu. But let's say, okay, guys, 500 is the magic number. When you get up to 1,000, your account's going to start building itself, quite frankly. People are going to be reaching out to you more just because of the way LinkedIn works, especially if you're publishing all this content. It's naturally going to build, okay? Shiva, I'd say up to about 300 or 400 connections. You need to just focus on getting connections. After your 300 or 400, you can start reaching out, start connecting with people per the training, okay? But still building out those connections. After you get past 1,000 or 2,000 connections, given that you're doing all this content marketing, your account's going to build itself. Melissa says, currently have 380 connections, think another week I expect to get 500 a week, 10 days, something like that. Melissa, don't push it, just be consistent. Ian says, the form autosaves. Yeah, I think I covered that one. Oh, God. I'm just all thumbs with this thing, so hang on. Eddie, can this be done and done right through email only? Yeah, you can do this through email only. I mean, just honestly, Eddie, your close ratio, so Eddie has a little problem with his speaking voice for a personal reason. That's fine. Your close ratio is not going to be as big. But Eddie, if you do nothing, you're not going to make any money, right? Can I use this with Builderall? It's HTML, I think, Karen. I honestly don't know. I've heard the name Builderall. I don't know the answer to that question. Support address. Tony, hang on a minute. Let me just type that in for everybody. easyprofitmembers.com support. I think. Why in God's name would I not know what my support address is? I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, it's Easy Profit Member Support. We're doing a ton of reorganization. New members area, new software, new support, massive reorganization, lot of changes in the business, and I'm still, we're still, got some little things that are, well, I don't, I've got 3 websites that I run this business through now, and I didn't know which one the support was on, but there you go, Tony. Alistair says, would you suggest removing irrelevant info currently on my LinkedIn profile? Absolutely. Just like when I write a sales letter, man, I go through there and just remove crap that is not going to make the sale. Thank you, Patricia. What's your take on having your profile mention just one service, LinkedIn profile service versus several LinkedIn related services and or several non-LinkedIn related services? Richard, that's a great question. If you're going to mention many services, you want them to be extremely closely related, and you want to think of an umbrella. Okay, what umbrella makes total sense to put those services under? Now, if you're doing video marketing, affiliate marketing, and LinkedIn marketing, it's really hard to get. I'm just using those examples. It's really hard to get that under an umbrella that speaks to the person reading the profile. Somebody's going to read that and say, great, he's doing all this. Well, I don't care, right? That's not your profile is not speaking to the reader. It's not selling them anything, right? So you need to tighten that up. But it doesn't have to just be profile makeovers. It could be, you wouldn't write it like this necessarily, but I do LinkedIn marketing services for other people. That idea that I just said there, I do LinkedIn marketing services for other people, that idea is a perfect umbrella for what we're talking about. Melissa, hit me up in support. I'm not going to yell that out because I don't want a ton of extra work because I'm like a super busy guy when I work, which is not all the time, and I'm like a super relaxed guy. Like I'm almost through. Is anybody here a Stranger Things? It's a TV show, Stranger Things addict like I myself, Jesus Christ. My wife and my daughter are. So Melissa, I schedule plenty of me time and plenty of time to exercise and plenty of time to enjoy my life. That's why I created this business. But when I work, I work. That's why I'm not yelling it out. I'm happy to do that. Hit me up in support, okay? Brad wants to know if you can buy the coaching inside the members area later if you want to pick it up. This may have already timed out. I'll show you where to go. Yeah, the short answer is yes, but just to get really clear on this, let me just give me a sec, guys. Let's log back in. So either one, passive LinkedIn Goldmine, and let's go to the training. You will go down here. You can buy the upsell right there, the first one, and you can get the coaching right there, Brad. Okay, so just click that. You will have the link to that. Is the intro price for front end and OTO? Yes, all of the prices are fixed. I think they go 27, 47, and 67 from now until November the 2nd. No dime sales, not changing that, not planning on changing my mind about changing that. Yeah. David, absolutely. Yeah. David used a service about free connectors. There's one called TopLinked that works very, very well. Just go to TopLinked, I think it's .com, or just Google TopLinked, just like it's spelled, and you will see that. I used that too back in the day. That works. What happens if your client loses the internet connection, actually closes their browser? Will they lose their work? Probably so, Matthew. I don't think we have that built in and don't plan to build that in. The worst thing that I have to do is go back to the email that you sent them, click on the link and start all over. Mark says, wow, hardly go on LinkedIn, but just look to have 200 connections. So if I work at it, 500 isn't that far away. Absolutely. Mark, you're very close. Adrian, no, you're not going to have to buy anything to do the auto posting. You can do the, yeah, great question, very fair. You can do the auto posting with a free service. in a limited way, okay? But what I use is an upgrade to that free service, and Adrian, it cost me $15 a month, okay? So this is really, really inexpensive. I think I've, okay, NB, whoever that is, says I have over 1K, I'm guessing connections, but they're almost all marketers. How do I get more diversity? Just by waiting for them to find my content? Yeah, that's a great question. And in the training, I go over reaching out to a target market. Okay, so if you want to reach out to a specific target market, I talk to you about how to do that. But when you think about it, the people that see your content are the people who are connected. This is going to be a crazy sentence. The people who see your content are, by and large, the people who are connected to the people who are connected to you. Okay, so all those marketers are not just connected to marketers, they're connected to other people. So over time, NB, your connections are going to become more general, all right? But you can force the issue, and I show you how to do that in the training. I think I'm like, great questions. I love these questions. I think I'm about back up to where I was. Let me start over again. Yeah, you can join groups. David points out you can join groups. I have not talked about groups. You can join groups, and let's say that you think to yourself, you know, I really want to, people who are authors, people who are public speakers, those kind of people, you know, I feel really good about working with people like that. So join some author, public speaker kind of groups in LinkedIn. There's only like 40 million groups. And then just intelligently reach out to those people. There's a bunch of ways to do this, and I didn't cover absolutely everything in the training, but I did give you a complete understanding and a way that will absolutely work if you'll do it, okay? And David, thank you for bringing that up. That is a very excellent piece of advice. CRMs, what's that one? Nimble? I think it's called Nimble, I believe. Nimble or Agile, one of those two. Those work well. Yeah, Robert, I suggest getting a logo. Yeah, this logo. See that? I got that logo. The red and the blue aren't quite going together. I'm going to have to change that a little bit. But I got that pretty cool looking logo done on Fiverr for like $25. So you can get, I mean, Fiverr, it's not going to cost you $5, right? But Fiverr, you can get some amazing work done. Melissa, do I offer other products to help expand a beginner's marketing business? Yes, Melissa, I've got another product that we released about a couple of months ago called Offline Email Goldmine, and it is how to use email and basically how to sell an email marketing service to businesses. You will get, I don't hammer you with stuff, okay, but right after you buy, but you will get an email with a link to that. David, that's in the training. I asked the developer that. He told me, and I apparently immediately forgot, but it's in the training somewhere. So the recommended size of the logo. I'll make a note, logo size. It's either in the training, David, or I meant to put it in the training. I'm going to look after the webinar is over, and if it's not in the training, it'll be in there tomorrow. Like a little note, hey, the logo needs to be X by Y, okay? Robert, which of your various offers created over the years still work in 2017 and beyond? And somebody just asked me about other stuff. I think that was you, Melissa. I've got a lot of stuff coming out. Okay, a lot of stuff coming out. So you want to self-serving promo. You want to make sure you whitelist my email. Okay, not everything I send you you're going to be interested in. Okay, and I do send you affiliate products. I'm a marketer. I live and breathe selling stuff. But my stuff, but it's all good stuff, and I've got access to it, and I know the people that made it, and I know that if you buy it, that chances are that it's going to be very, very good for you. Okay. Matthew says logo is right on the screen where you upload the logo. that was where it was supposed to be. But you know, I wasn't sure. So yes, the logo size is barely right there. So Google My Business Citations Goldmine, that still works. My stuff about press releases still works. We are, Robert, just so you know, coming out with some smashing press release software in I think it's January. I'm not sure. This is all on a whiteboard or a Google spreadsheet somewhere, but I think it's January. But that's going to take that to the next level. Press releases, my God. Melissa and everybody else, you know, you can sell somebody a press release. A press release really should be sold for about $800 a pop, if not more. Okay, so I've got some great training on that. Hit me up if you're interested in that. I am not re-releasing that product, but we're remaking it along with software, so it's going to be even badder and even better. That's coming out fairly soon. Our Frommer, yes, absolutely, there'll be a replay. You know, the replay tends to end up, by the time we get it reformatted and up online and get it on page and all that stuff, I'll be able to mail that out to you either tonight or tomorrow. See what else we got. The email program, yeah, right. One of the first things I did for businesses when I started my own offline business was I managed their email for them. And it is hideous, literally hideous, and shocking how bad businesses are with basic email marketing. There is an enormous, absolutely enormous opportunity for you to help businesses with that. And best of all, it's a monthly recurring income. So I have a product called Offline Email Goldmine, all about how to do that. And Maurice, you will get an email, or hit me up in support if you want me to go find the URL right now, or whenever I get the support ticket, I'll send it to you. But that's what that's about. It's about how to do it. It's about how to sell it. Okay. Richard, good, decent website. Any good agency themes? There are 40 million of them. I mean, they're literally you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a good WordPress theme. I would, you know, the thing is, Richard, and I'm actually coming out with my own version of this fairly, probably in the middle of next year, but you don't want to wait that long. Number one, Richard, start with the garden variety WordPress site. I personally love the 2012 WordPress generic site. It's white, it's easy, it's beautiful. You really don't want people looking at your site, you're looking at your content. Okay, I mean, what do you need on an agency site? I mean, you need an about page, you need a contact me page, you might need a static home page if y'all know how to do that. If you don't, Google it, it's pretty easy. You probably need a blog with 10 posts, you know, you can just spread them out. But I would start out with that and then get a better theme. But that 2012 white WordPress generic free theme rocks. I mean, the recent ones are good too, but that one I love especially. D, I would wait on that. I'm just honestly, I'm happy to make more money, but asking me about buying the press release program, I would wait because it's going to have some really bad, you know what, software coming with it. Yeah, Matthew, hit me up on that. I'm reading this super fast because I'm got a million questions. Y'all been on here for 2 hours, and I'm happy to answer your question. And you know, but I'm trying to be mindful of your time. Matthew, hit me up about that. I knew we need to talk about that anyway. It's illegal to swing dead cats in Decatur, Georgia. It is, but you know, we swing a dead cat every now and then, right? Oh. Ongoing marketing, Arlene, ongoing marketing. Lee, is the main purpose of the upsell, now Arlene's talking about Arlene's upsell. Arlene, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. To promote for more self-promotion or to do ongoing marketing. Ongoing marketing is really where you want to go because that, hey guys, ongoing, that's what you're getting paid monthly for, okay? Okay, awesome. I am pronouncing your name right. Cool. Oh, cool, Brian. Yep, the press release product, it's been cranked out as we speak. Matthew's probably already, Matthew's, Matthew, I'll hit you up with a beta copy, buddy. I think I might have got it. Did I miss anybody's? Have I missed? Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. I'm so glad to see you on a webinar. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Say hello to me on Facebook sometime, okay? The press release product, okay, Shifu, I think it's January, I think, all right? January-ish. It's not November or December. I got other stuff coming out then, but I think it's January. Okay, it is very, very soon. How do you prospect for clients via cold emails? Arthur, for the LinkedIn stuff? That's going to be tough, Arthur, and you really don't need to do that. You need to do the, honestly, my feeling is you need to do the LinkedIn stuff from within LinkedIn. LinkedIn has its own ethos, its own set of rules and not rules and regulations, but its own way of acting that people expect within LinkedIn. Just sending somebody a cold email out of the blue and saying, hey, I'm going to, I got this profile service that does blah, 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 blah. That's a hard sell, buddy, because you're not playing by sort of the unspoken rules of how you talk to people on LinkedIn, and you're also just sending somebody a cold email. There's nothing wrong with cold email marketing, guys. Cold email marketing is fabulous, except your numbers have to be really huge, okay? No joke, your numbers have to be really huge. Mark, you don't need to explain the transition. Mark says, Mark's got LinkedIn profile as one thing and wants to change it to LinkedIn Marketer. How do you suggest I explain the transition? Very simply, Mark, you could just add a little blurb, a little part of the paragraph, say, in addition to my video marketing services, I'm also offering blah, blah, blah. You can do that, but honestly, people are not sitting around thinking about who you are and remembering stuff. We all, I mean, it's social media, man. We all live too much in the moment. Everybody's bombarded by stuff. You would like to think that everybody's remembering who you are and thinking about you, but in point of fact, they're not. They're scrolling through Facebook, they're tweeting stuff, they're behind in checking up on the messages on LinkedIn. Just go for it. Just do it. Bam, you're in. You're a LinkedIn marketer. Now, if you want to turn that around and you want to take some of that videographer expertise that you have and add that as a value added to what you're doing in LinkedIn, that is great. And you should do that because you apparently have a skill that is sought after and highly paid. But what does it do? So now you got to take the video marketing thing, you got to put that in with under that umbrella of the LinkedIn services. So what do you do? So Mark, it's going to be something, it's going to be contained by a sentence, something like this. I help blank professionals on LinkedIn get more business through social media marketing services and video marketing services. Now that's a big, long, hairy sentence, and you want to boil that down some, you want to put it in your words, you want to think about it, but that's the general idea. That's the general idea. I got so many people wanting the press release product, we might have to push that up. It can't be before December, I'm sorry, it just can't. But we might have to push that up. Melissa, this has been above my expectations. Information, thank you. I wanted a lot of information and a little. I am a born salesperson. I've literally been selling stuff since I was 12 years old, which is only a couple of years ago, by the way. Joke. But that's not a joke. I literally have been a salesperson since I was 12. That, someday on a webinar when we have more time, I'll tell you the stories behind that. But I am quite happy pitching stuff. I'm very happy trying to sell people things. But I didn't want it to just be a pitch fest. Hey, this is cool. Go buy this. You get plenty of that. I want lots of information. Oh yeah, Patricia, the new style press release is hot darling of the IM world. Yeah. Well, you know, Patricia, when I create a new product like that, I mean, I'm a salesperson, but I'm also fundamentally a teacher. You know, I got to boil it down to where I can tell somebody who doesn't understand it, who doesn't want to go through all the hardship of trying to figure it out. I got to say, this is it, this is what it does, and this is how you do it. So that combined with software is what we will crank out. Richard, great question. Fabulous question. Is there anything like a duplicate content penalty when it comes to content I put on LinkedIn for your done for you content? Okay, Richard, no, not in the way you're saying. So let's say, Patricia, I'm going to use you as an example. Richard and Patricia both get my done for you content. They both start posting the same curated content to their LinkedIn accounts. No, LinkedIn's never going to care about that. I mean, you do see constantly, like when you get really viral articles, you see them coming up over and over and over again because they're posted by different people. And that makes total sense. I mean, that's how the internet actually works. Now, Richard, you don't want to post exactly the same thing on the same day, month after month after month after month after month. So you would, guys, here's a little pro tip here. Where is it? Which one is it? Hang on a minute. Let's go here. A little pro tip here. Oh, let's go down here. I'm just showing you some. Hang on. When you get this 150 done for you curated content, so it's already formatted. Now you do need to change the dates, and I show you how to do that, but it's already formatted. So you know, let's say you get it and you get it ready for November. Okay, well in December, look, if you will just highlight blocks of this and just sort of move them around so that they're not at the same time. You can't really see it, but this goes date. It's got a little blurb that it says, okay, and then it's got a link to an article, all right? So if you will just mix those up a little bit. Now look, you don't have to sit there. This should take you, I have timed myself doing this, this should take you all of 15 minutes to do 30 minutes once a month. All right, once a month. It should take you, but just sort of, it's like shuffling cards. Okay, just shuffle it up a little bit. So it's not the same thing. It's not the same article connected to the same little blurb on the same date. Shuffle it up a little bit. Now you can do that. Look, grab a section, cut it out, paste it down at the bottom. Grab another bigger section, cut it out, paste it down at the bottom. Shift this up. Paste that to the bottom. Do that a few times. It's like shuffling cards. If you will do that, then you can use this one document all year long. Okay, you can use it all year long. How do I know this? This is what I do. Okay. Yeah, Arthur. Yeah, you can call. Yeah, Arthur's talking about cold emailing to clients, talking about email marketing. In offline email goldmine, I show you how to do exactly what you're talking about. So yes. Yeah, David, absolutely right. David says you grab the LinkedIn email addresses of your connections, but I wouldn't use them. It's not kind of. It's a no-no. I mean, LinkedIn's not going to come down hard on you. They might if you pissed enough people off, frankly. But I mean, it's just a real no-no. I mean, it really makes you look like, to the LinkedIn world, it looks very, very spammy. Okay, very, very spammy. Melissa, LinkedIn is offering a native videos feature, which I will be covering in a future product. They have just got that out the door, but not enough people have access to it yet to where it makes sense to me to talk about that. But if y'all know about like Instagram, we call them native videos. So Instagram native videos or Facebook Live native videos, LinkedIn's got their own version of that. And as that gets rolled out to more and more people, I love video. I'm a big ham. You can tell that just listening to me, right? I love videos. So I can guarantee you that sometime in the next several months there will be a product telling you all about that, what it does, and how to make money from it. Richard said, does it matter which niche or profession your connections are in? No, it doesn't matter. Now, Richard, if you want to sell to a specific niche, just go with me here. Insurance agents are going to be connected to a lot of insurance agents, right? Realtors are going to be connected to a lot of realtors. accountants are connected to a lot of accountants. So if you want to specialize in a given niche, which is not a bad thing to do, then over time, your connections would kind of gravitate toward at least being a larger minority of that specific niche. But with that said, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, you can do that, Richard. Include your website? Absolutely. No, Michelle, we're not going to do distribution abilities in the first iteration of the software. I have a giant soapbox that I get all up on when it comes to distribution. That's just not something that I need to deal with, because I can't do the job that is currently being done by much larger companies. Mark says, awesome, thank you for experience and insight. You bet. That one tip about probably just saving for writing for 2 weeks on what to do. Awesome, Mark. Awesome. Yeah, David. Yeah. You guys, you don't have to just stick with these articles. You get some PLR. You find some more articles. You find some stuff you're interested in. Add it to this. Okay, add it to this. D, no. D says if you buy the current press release program, that press release marketing product is 2 years old. Now, having said that, it is completely current, okay, because I don't sell stuff that's not current. It's completely current. But as long as you buy the new press release product during the early bird sale period, it will be priced. I think we can all agree that my prices are very fair, okay? My prices are very fair. So I don't really feel the need to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mark. Your video skills, I mean, Mark, I'm going to write you a little note here, okay? Mark, you got that. Yeah, your video skills on LinkedIn. I mean, y'all can see how that goes together, because think about it. What are you doing for somebody? Nobody gives a flip about LinkedIn. Nobody gives a flip about video. Nobody cares about that. What they want is their benefits. They want more business. They want to sell more to more people. They want more exposure. If somebody's an author, they want to sell more books. If somebody's a speaker, they want to get more speaking gigs. They want to get better speaking gigs. They don't care how you do it. How you do it is called a feature. The thing that you did for them is called a benefit. They want the benefits. As long as you can say, I will give you these benefits, the thing that you want, and here's how I'm doing it, those are the features. As long as you can back that up, you're golden, Mark. So that should help you understand that a little bit. Oh, God knows. David, I have not even begun to talk about local networking things, which I do a lot of. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Patricia, let me, yeah, I didn't realize. Look, do this. There you go, Patricia. Do that. Just shoot that over to me. Bear in mind, I'm kind of like not doing much for the rest of the day, so I'll get with you tomorrow. I will shoot the press release product. People are banging at the doors wanting it. The last one was killer. This one's going to be even more killer. Yeah, Michelle, I mean, of course LinkedIn works very well for dentists. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you know, they're on LinkedIn. They need help. Karen, there's a ton of stuff in there. A massive ton of stuff in there she's talking about a specific and it's either Karen or Corinne, and I don't really know if you're male or female, so I just don't know. So Corinne or Karen, there's a massive ton of stuff in that membership site that you're talking about, and you can definitely use that for this. Matthew, you are so funny. You have been on my webinar for years. Thank you so much. I love you, buddy. What you know what you and I need to talk about, and obviously I've been just crazy busy trying to get this thing out the door. But hit me up like tomorrow or something, and then let's flesh that out because we need to do that. So guys, Kareen, yes, okay, Kareen, I almost got it. I got close, but you know, I just don't. You know, I sell to people all over the world, and you know, I just can't tell who's what sometimes through the thing, and I don't want to, you know, seem presumptuous, you know, or. But anyway, it's nice to meet you, Kareen. So guys, I think we got it. I think it's in the book. Big, long webinar, 2.5 hours. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to answer all these questions. I think that I think I've helped you out. I feel like I have. Ian, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. So guys, I'm gonna shut her down, and you know, it takes a while to download the recording. It takes a while to reformat it. It will be put up on a LinkedIn is available in 20 some, I think it was 26 or 27 foreign languages. I do business, I speak French, Maurice, but I don't do business in French, but I don't know how that happens in other languages, okay? I mean, just honestly, because I don't need to, right? So anyway, guys, stopping the recording.